Welcome to another episode of the Muffed Sports Show. I'm your host, Hayden Haynes, and joining me, as always, is Seth Gillen and Cody Hart.
Ooh,
And
Yo, yo.
it's like Seth's already yawning, man. He's not locked in
yep.
today.
I know.
Been a long day.
Been a long day for the boys, been a
Been a
long
long
week.
week when I've
Been a very
lost all
long
my
week.
wide receivers.
Yeah. Some of us are down tremendous, whether that's fantasy or real life football. I mean, me and Cody are down bad about Bama. We're down bad about the Titans. We're down bad about the Falcons.
Yep.
So that's at least up about Russ and the Cook show that was on Sunday night,
5-2.
We'll get into that later on, but huge week to break down as always. A bunch of crazy games for college and NFL, but we're gonna break down college football week 8, preview week 9, and obviously go into week 7 recap for the NFL and preview week 8, and then we're going to give you a little bit of an early preview into our midseason awards for the NFL, and we also might just off on a limb, if we have enough time, we might talk about our our early NBA awards. We didn't really put that
I
in
like
there, but we
those.
could just start out maybe at the end, just a quick little boom, boom, boom. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so really just the kind of go through these college games. We want to obviously touch on the two bigger ones, but before that, BYU on Friday night got a close win against Oklahoma State. Cody, we were watching that game for our bets.
Easy.
Pretty crazy right there. We need Oklahoma State to cover. They did, and unfortunately, they lost though another game. The Oklahoma State Cowboys have been down bad this year. Haven't been getting enough out of their guys on defense, and really Ollie Gordon as well. So they lost a close one at the end because the defense gave up a pretty head scratching play. They kind of let BYU just go down the field in no time and win that game. So BYU's undefeated. That's pretty big for them. And the Big
Crazy.
12, the Big 12 is wide open with, a bunch of teams in there. So, but BYU's kind of separated themselves. I mean, they beat Kansas State. They're undefeated. I feel like Iowa State's, got a chance to win it, obviously. So we'll talk about the Big 12 a little bit as the show goes on. But that's a fun conference to keep an eye on. Miami won a shootout on Saturday early,
That was
52 to
pretty late game.
45. Yeah, they don't really have defense, but clearly, they got Cam Ward and Martinez and Restrepo there. So I mean, those big three offensive pieces have been carrying them to a bunch of wins. So they get another win against a solid ACC team in Louisville. Illinois kind of plays a nasty slugfest, old school fight with I say old school, and I forgot that they were literally wearing 1920s like leather
Oh my
helmets,
God, yeah.
Oh,
not
yeah.
That was
actual
so
leather,
funny.
but it looked like leather, and they beat Michigan 21-7. So yeah, Michigan's lost 3 games now. They're clearly just a different team than they were last year. I mean, lost Harbaugh, they lost McCarthy, Roman Wilson, Blake Corum, bunch of defensive players, offensive players. I mean, hey, you can't really expect them to just reload from a bunch of new change, kind of like Alabama too. So we'll talk about that later on. But Illinois gets the dub. Tennessee goes in at home in a rivalry that is very hyped up for a lot of reasons, whether that's just Tennessee trying to get back on track. They lost 16 out of 17 to Alabama. They won one in Tennessee a couple years ago on a crazy last second field goal. This one wasn't as insane because the game was kind of ugly. Like, it wasn't an entertaining game to say the least. I mean, it was at the end, but for the most part, the first half was really bad. Alabama was only up 7-0, but it felt like they were pretty much controlling the first half on defense. They were getting stops, 3 turnovers. They were playing a lot better on defense. Nico Iamaleava couldn't throw the ball, missed a lot of deep shots like he's been missing. But Alabama, story of this game, could not convert on offense, could not score. Jalen Monroe pick in the red zone, pick at the end of the game. Offense is just not clicking, can't run the ball. Still another game without using the running backs well. Jalen's a little banged up, it looks like, can't really run as effective as he had been. And at the end of the game, I mean, really, Tennessee just got a few scores. The defense finally broke for Bama. Not like it was playing bad. It's just you can only get so many stops. Your offense is putting you on the field way too much. That's been the story of this season so far. But Alabama goes down 5-2 now, pretty much has to win out to make the playoffs. They sit at 43% as far as the playoff percentage goes. So they have a big game this week against a ranked Missouri team and Bryant Denny, and then they go to LSU after a bye. And then after that, it's like Oklahoma and Auburn. So, I mean, there's some winnable games, but there's also 2 losable games. So, I mean, anything, goes in the SEC this year. Clearly, the college football landscape, like we mentioned, has changed, and it's going to be pretty hard to get a dub in and out of each week. So, disappointing for Bama, disappointing for me and Cody. But, I mean, really, Cody, just as a Bama perspective, what's your final thoughts on that game?
It was ugly. It was ugly. I mean, We just couldn't move the ball. We had that like one good drive in the opening, like what was it, like the first quarter when we scored or something like
No,
that.
they didn't score until like the second, I'm pretty sure.
Second. I mean, we had that one drive, and then we just couldn't do anything. Like offensively, it just didn't seem like we were clicking on all cylinders. It seemed like there was something off,
Yeah.
and we can't run the ball. Like
15 penalties again, whatever it was, it's not
That
cutting
was
it.
crazy.
You
Yeah.
can't you can't win when you turn the ball over on the road with 15 penalties. You just can't.
Yeah.
no,
No.
you're not
I
gonna
mean,
win at
Like you
all.
got 3 turnovers on defense. That's cool, but like I mean, hey,
What?
you're not doing shit with it. You're going and get
yeah.
0. I think I saw a stat, bro. That's kind of sad and really depressing as far as a Bama fan goes. Alabama's had like 8 or 7 turnovers that they've forced on defense the last 2 games against South Carolina and Tennessee, and I'm pretty sure 0 points have been scored. That's
Yep.
just heartbreaking stuff right
That's
there.
horrible, man.
That's your chance to go pull away. Alabama should have been up 3 scores,
3 scores easy.
There's no excuse for it. No.
Should have been at least like 21 or 17 to nothing.
Yeah. And me and Cody are going to get on here when Bama loses guys. And I know we didn't because of the hurricane against Vanderbilt, but we've told y'all after, like, we're not one to be like, oh, there's so many excuses for Bama. There's really nothing. This team is not playing good since the Georgia first half.
Yeah.
But there are things to put in context, whether that is new system, new coach, 30, players that have transferred. But the thing is, you see the highs when they beat Georgia 28-0 in the first, quarter to second quarter, whatever it was. And then after that, it's like you see how bad they can be, whether it's giving up the comeback against Georgia, losing to Vanderbilt, who's a solid team. South Carolina almost beat us, who's also a solid team, played really well, blew out Oklahoma. But like Tennessee's a good defense. Nico's been struggling, but they got firepower. Alabama just gave them a lot of chances, and you just can't do that, man, against a decent top 15 team. So I mean, it's no excuses here, but Bama's got to keep moving on. The season is not over, man, but you got to figure it out now because it's literally Death Valley in a couple weeks. Or obviously, you got to win this game first against Missouri. But if you don't, season's over. But if you do, then it's all poker chips to the middle of the table in Death Valley Saturday night against another rival, which will be pretty much game of the year for Bama again. So Georgia, Georgia goes into Texas. Everybody thought Texas was going to win. We kind of should have saw this coming, Cody, man. We kind of all were sleeping on Georgia, whether
Yeah,
that
we
was
were.
us just wanting to stick to our takes before the season. We said Georgia's going to lose to Texas and Bama. We got the Bama loss right, but the Texas team, man, they were pathetic. I did not watch the game, but I did go back and watch the highlights. I watched all the big moments, and it seemed like Texas was just not ready for the defense of Georgia. They were disguising blitzes, showing different coverages, turning over Ewers. Carson Beck didn't play good, but hey, it doesn't matter when you have great defense and run the ball well. So I mean, Georgia can do that, and they're a pretty good team, man. They're not one of the best teams that Georgia's had, but like I
They're
do think
still really good.
they could win the
Really
championship if they get Carson Beck figured out in big moments. But he's got to figure it out because I think that will be something that comes back to bite them, and that might hurt them against a team in the SEC championship game or in the playoffs. So
yeah.
we'll see. They got to go to Ole Miss. That's a big game for Ole Miss. So Ole Miss has got to win that one. So they'll be ready for that. Georgia's going to be ready to win though, and then they got to play Tennessee at home. Tennessee's got to be ready because they don't want to lose another game. And so then they got Georgia Tech at the end of the year. All games that are tough. We got to watch out for Georgia to lose one more maybe, but so far get a dub against Texas. Texas was really just not clicking. They're a little overrated right now. We all thought they were the best team. Clearly, there's no elite number one team. You could
There's not.
argue it's Oregon, but I mean, because they beat Ohio State, but like we all thought it was Texas. We all thought it was Bama. We all thought it was Georgia. No, we don't know. We don't know who it is. I think personally right now, still the best team roster wise is Ohio State. I don't know if they're actually going to win it all. I think the best coach team is Georgia, but like there's a lot of firepower on Texas still. You can't rule them out. A lot of firepower on Oregon. They're coached really well. They might be the best team. So right now they are number one. So clearly that is what the polls show. But going into week 9, we do have some pretty enticing games again, I will say. I mean, really some games that we didn't think coming into the season would even matter, but now they actually are massive for the playoffs, especially one that's catching my eye. I kind of want to talk about first is Notre Dame and Navy,
Crazy game.
Crazy because Navy's a undefeated team. They're number 24 now, and them and Army are basically on a collision course for the first time since World War II to meet at the end of the year, possibly undefeated, and deciding who goes to the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah. So any thoughts at home, Navy against Notre Dame, can they get that dub? I personally think they can, and I don't know if they will, but I want to get your thoughts first, Cody.
I think they will. I think they'll be able to kind of slow or not slow down the game, but be able to keep Notre Dame on their heels. So
Yeah.
and maybe score a little bit more because that place is gonna that place should be pretty packed for this marquee matchup right
Well,
here.
right now they are 13-point underdogs at home. So that's pretty interesting. But to say that, I mean, anything's possible when you're at home and you got a big, big crowd behind you, pumped up, ready to see the best Navy team in a while. But honestly, Notre Dame's been playing a lot better since they lost to Northern Illinois. Now, Notre Dame just beat Georgia Tech 31-13 without Haynes King. But yeah, Navy, they've been scoring a lot more. They just dropped 51 on Charlotte. They just continue to score points 56, 41, 34, 38, 49. They're more of a scoring team than they have been in the past. So I expect this to be pretty competitive. And actually, I am going to go Notre Dame, but I do think it's going to be a little bit of a shootout.
You know what? I would take Navy. I'll take the upset at
Okay.
home for Navy. Keep the dream alive.
Yeah. Well, undefeated season.
Yeah, I like that. Give me the pure cinema on that right there. Let me see Navy.
Little cinema.
The midshipman. What about Seth? You got any thoughts, Seth? You got any predictions?
I mean, I'd love to see Navy win, dude. I mean,
We'd all love to see it.
Navy's been like not anything for the past couple years, really.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to go Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Just a
It's
little
just
fighting Irish, a little Irish in me
I
is
feel like
telling me
they're
we're gonna dub.
got a little too much more talent, but
Give
who
me the
knows?
gold.
Give
Um,
me the
because
gold.
really, I mean, if you look at it, Navy hasn't played anybody. We can talk about them being
Yeah.
undefeated, but they've beaten Bucknell,
Who?
Bucknell, yeah, Temple, Memphis, UAB, who's bad, Air Force, and Charlotte. So I mean, hey, they're 13-point underdogs for a reason. But maybe Cody's right. Maybe Cody's on something.
Give me
I think Cody
Navy.
is. That'd be
Um,
kind of crazy.
Yeah, it would be crazy. Now, another good game I see here is Indiana and Washington. Even though Washington hasn't been that great this season, coming off of a lot of change in their program, losing Kalen DeBoer, Michael Penix, Roma Dunze, all those other guys on that team. But they are, getting a little bit of some firepower from Will Rogers at quarterback. Going to Indiana, that's really what the storyline is here. Is Indiana's undefeated in the Big Ten. They just put an ass whooping down on Nebraska last week, which it was a 7.5-point spread, and everybody was on Nebraska to cover. Well,
Yep.
nah, Indiana's legit, and they get a home game again, and it's college game day. So I mean, hey, I think this is going to be another ass beating. I think they're coached really well. They got a lot of players that are bought in this program. I still need to see more because I just haven't been paying attention enough to them. But this right now is a team that you got to look out for as a dark horse.
No, yeah, I got Indiana winning this game, especially with college game day going there. That place is gonna be jumping. Like,
And they're only favored by 6.5.
yeah,
Seems a little low.
seems a little low. I
Does
would
seem a
probably,
little low.
Washington's 4-3, but I mean that's a little low
yeah, they can score though. Washington,
for sure. They
they
can
can
score.
score.
They just lost to Iowa though, 40-16 last week. So I mean, or 2 weeks ago, they came off of a bye, but that was their last game. So maybe they needed a bye. They did beat Michigan by 2 scores. Lost a close one to Rutgers. So and they lost to Washington State early in the year. So I mean, they're 4-3, but they got
They're a
enough.
better 4-3 team.
Yeah, they got enough guys that make it interesting. I just don't think they'll win. I think Indiana
Um,
will pull away because they just got that home crowd. They're all hyped up for game day. Coaching is really good. They just take care of business. Kind
yeah,
of reminds me of Saban, the way he approaches things.
I agree.
But a couple of things we can just gloss over real quick. Boise State still undefeated, or not undefeated, but undefeated in their conference. One loss to Oregon, which was a close game to a
Crazy game.
number one team. They got the best loss in the country right now.
Yep.
Ashton Genty, Heisman front runner, going to UNLV. They'll probably win that one, but if they don't, that's a tough look. Their season, as far as playoffs, might be over, so they got to win that one. It's a must win for Boise State every week.
Yeah.
Couple other just quick things. Ole Miss should take care of business against Oklahoma. Oklahoma's kind of fallen off. Their quarterback play is not good. They're beat up. It's just been a rough year for Oklahoma. Ole Miss needs a win. They're ready to make a home statement after 2 tough losses to LSU and Kentucky.
Hmm.
We all probably, I guess, would assume Ole Miss gets the dub there.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Ole Miss runs away with it clearly. I think they put a beating on Oklahoma.
Yeah, Ohio State, Nebraska. I mean, Nebraska's been struggling. They just got killed by Indiana. Ohio State's ready to get a dub after losing to Oregon.
Yeah,
Assume that's a blowout. I
that's
mean,
a stomping right there.
but as far as the good games, we just talked about Notre Dame and Navy being possibly a good one. Now, before we get into the best one of the week, we're going to talk about a couple of sleepers. Alabama, Missouri. It's homecoming for Bama.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, Bama's in a terrible spot, but Missouri just lost their running back and their best pass rusher for the game. It's very
Yep.
big. They have Brady Cook, who's been banged up. He did come back and won the game for against Auburn. They have Luther Burden. They've been a little sketchy at times, but still a good coach team. Solid defense. Going to Bama, I'm sure they're going to be ready for it. Alabama's got to just get this win at all costs. There's nothing else.
Gotta win.
You got to
I
win that.
mean, I don't know. We got to flip a switch or something. Like
I mean,
they're
you're showing signs of life every game. There's good moments, and then there's
Yep.
just some terrible penalties, some terrible turnovers. You
That's what's
gotta
killing us,
eliminate
man.
the mistakes. You don't beat yourself, and you'll be all right because they can win this game. They're favored by like 13.5 or something. I think they can win the game by 14, but at the same time, they could also very much just lose it. So
Yeah, I mean, we gotta start. We need one. We just don't need no penalties. Not
like
one.
No penalties.
like no double digit penalties, man. There's just gotta
No.
be they gotta be limited.
Yeah, and I mean, we can't. We got our secondary has to stop getting beat over the top, and it's gonna be hard because we lost Keon Sabb now. But I think we still have some good players, just young, just raw. They just need to develop. That's really what this team is about. Is we're young and
Yeah,
we're, I
they're gonna
mean,
be. I mean, they're gonna be
inexperienced.
getting a lot of experience though. So I mean, that's good for the future of
Exactly.
of the program. But yeah, there's some big big losses. Keon Sapp's a big one. I mean, for Missouri, they got big losses, so it's gonna be an interesting game to see who steps up. But I do think it'll be a fun game as far as like just watching the game, from a
Yeah.
fan perspective, because it's a little bit of like where are these teams going? Missouri, you could make the playoffs, but you're also number 21 with one loss. You don't have a great win. Almost lost to Vanderbilt, which we know is a solid team, but could very well have two losses. Now, speaking of Vanderbilt, they have a great matchup. They
Hmm.
get another top 5 team coming into town, and that's Texas. And we thought it was going to be Texas number 1 before they lost to Georgia. So Vanderbilt gets a good opportunity here to basically stay in the playoff race and the SEC championship race, which is unbelievable.
Insane.
So Texas comes in, they're off of a loss, they're pissed off, but Vanderbilt, they're riding the high.
Riding
They're
high,
just
dude.
winning and they're just beating people they shouldn't beat, but they're actually kind of good. So it's like maybe they do what they did to Bama. They take the game where, hey, Texas, your offense is so awesome, just like Alabama's. How about we just have 40 minutes of the ball the whole
Yep.
game?
That's what's
That's what they're going to try to do and limit
Yep.
the mistakes. Now,
And
Sark's
honestly,
going to get them ready, and I do think Texas wins because I do think they're going to be more like in a better spot than Bama because Bama came off of the Georgia win. Now it's
yeah,
opposite for Texas; they're ready to win because they just lost.
yeah.
That's why I think Texas wins. But if Vanderbilt gets in that mode of Pavia making some plays, no turnovers, running that rock, getting a stop or two, picking off viewers, watch out.
I'm
Watch
calling
out.
the upset. Give me Vandy. Give me the Commodores.
Commodores.
Give me the Commodores. Give me the Vandy Commodores.
What do y'all think the spread is in this game?
I think
Oh,
it's
I
like,
bet.
oh man, is it? I want to say
Oh,
like -10, -10.5.
no.
Minus 19, Texas.
Damn, I was gonna go 14, but I was like, when you
Alabama
said that, I
was
was like, it might be a lot higher than I
well,
think,
Alabama was
or it
favored by
might lower.
21.5 against
Yeah.
Vanderbilt, and they lost by 5.
Yep.
Texas to me is gonna win, but it's gonna be interesting because Pavia could get it done. He really could, man. He's got that magic.
Yeah.
You got that
Now,
Pavi magic.
Illinois and Oregon, decent matchup, top 25. Illinois just beat Michigan. Oregon might be like thinking, oh, we're just the best team for sure. We're coming off of some good wins. We just beat Ohio State. We just went and smoked Purdue. Like, I mean, we're number 1, all that stuff. They're at home. This could be a trap game, middle of the day. Illinois got pretty good performance out of their defense against Michigan. They're, quarterbacked well by Altmaier. Now, is there any way Oregon blows this?
Oh yeah, of course they can blow it,
100%.
but I don't think they will. I think it'll be a close game. I think it's going to be closer than anticipated.
21.5 is the spread.
Yeah, I think it's going to be closer than that.
They could cover that spread. That's a lot of points for a 6-1 top 20 team. Brett Bielema was a good coach, but
Yeah.
Evan Stewart and those guys in Oregon, that offense is too electric for them to not win this game. I do think they'll come out on top.
I mean, I like a 41-24 type game or something like that.
Okay, so they do cover that spread then.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that. I could see that for sure. I mean, the total in the points is 54.5. So yeah, I mean, that would be over in your prediction, but I can see that. I can see that for sure. I do think, I mean, we're obviously going to talk about the best game of the week right here, but I do think Miami at home against Florida State, it shouldn't even be on the list. I mean, Florida State's terrible.
Yeah.
They've won one game. Miami has no defense, but hey, they're gonna be ready to beat the hell out of their in-state rival. So I
Yeah,
mean,
they're gonna destroy them.
expect Cam Ward to throw for 500. That's all I'm saying. He's making a Heisman performance again. I mean, it's not like it's a big game, but it's still a bigger matchup on their schedule. So I mean, hey, they're gonna come ready. They're gonna take care of business. They'll be undefeated again. And Cam Ward for Heisman or Ashton Genty. I mean, right now we think it's Ashton Genty, but Cam Ward's definitely playing like the second best player. I mean, Travis Hunter, he's had a couple of off games, whether it's injury, reasons or whatever it is. But I think it's safe to say that it's pretty much between Ashton Genty, Cam Ward, and then Dylan Gabriel right now. He's kind of making a comeback.
Yeah, I would say the same myself.
But it's still Ashton Genty's to lose. And then it's also Barry Sanders' record watch. Is he going to break it or not, It's going to be tough. I hope he does, dude.
I would too.
Against UNLV, he needs to get like 250. But
I could see it, dude.
He could do it. Now, best game of the week. We'll talk about this real quick. Number 8 LSU at Texas A&M. Number 14. Huge game. Both of these teams are one loss on the season, but A&M is one loss to Notre Dame, so it does not count for the SEC. They are undefeated and in first place in the SEC. Now, does A&M blow this big opportunity to take a leap in the SEC, or does LSU soil this and basically ruin their chances at making the SEC championship game?
I mean, honestly, I'd love to see Texas A&M pull this away.
Yeah,
that'd be huge.
My thing is, LSU's got great offensive talent, whether that's their wide receivers and quarterback. Yeah, so A&M is solid all around. They've been playing a lot better. I don't really trust their quarterback, so I therefore am going LSU just because the offense is a little bit better.
That's fair.
Yeah, this is really a toss-up, especially being a night game in Texas at Texas A&M.
It is going to be crazy.
It's going to be rocking.
They're 2.5-point favorites.
What state? I feel like Texas A&M was in that top 10 stadium.
They are.
At the beginning of the year.
They are.
Field is allowed. It's one of the bigger stadiums.
Yeah, I
gotta go.
So A&M just played a close-ish game to Mississippi State, 34-24, but it was on the road. They just beat the hell out of Missouri at the time when they were number 9, 41-10. They also beat Arkansas, who was decent, 21-17. They beat Florida on the road. They lost week 1 to Notre Dame by 10, but this is a new coach, new system, all that. So I do think A&M is trajectory-wise on a good, path, and I think that they could win this game. But I just have more faith in LSU. Nussmeier, to me, is a better quarterback, and he's going to get it done when he needs to, just like he did in that Ole Miss game. But that home field advantage for A&M is legit, and I could very well see this coming down the wire, go to OT, and A&M just get it done last second tutty.
That'd be crispy.
So that's what I'm thinking about, because this game at night is going to be insane, dude. Like, this is a marquee matchup, and I think honestly,
we're getting spoiled with some of these SEC matchups, man.
That's what I'm saying, and I got a feeling. I think Texas A&M is going to pull it out. I just got that kind of gut feeling, and I'm going to roll with it.
Yeah,
I would really like LSU. I just think Texas A&M, that environment, they're going to try to control the clock, just wear LSU down and score.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a crazy game. I just think Texas A&M being at home is just a little. I just take that a little bit more.
Yeah. Let's dive into some of the numbers of this game just because it is the premier game of the week. Let's talk about Texas A&M first. So they did go from Connor Wegman to Marcel Reed, the freshman, back to Connor Wegman. So Wegman on the season, 61.5%, 718 yards, 3 tutties, 4 picks. Now, Marcel Reed, 6 tutties, 0 picks, 585 yards, 54%. So not very accurate, but more tutties, no picks. I'm assuming Wegman's going to play, obviously, like he has been recently. But running the ball, you got Moss, Le'Veon Moss at running back. He's been toting that rock. You got 8 tutties, about 674 on the ground. Another running back with 5 tutties and Daniels. Now, LSU, we all know that Kyron Lacey has been pretty much the wide receiver one for them, stepping up, filling that spot that was held by, obviously, Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors. But they have Aaron Anderson as well. But Lacey on the season, that wide receiver, has 512 yards, 36 catches, 6 tutties, pretty respectable numbers, but it's very balanced. Where Aaron Anderson's right there, 33 catches, 488, 3 tutties, so very much similar. They're tied in, who's a weapon, Mason Taylor, who's actually the son of Jason Taylor,
Yeah.
legend in the NFL, pass rusher, and he's got 36 catches, 348 yards. So they like to use the tight end a lot. We know that he beat Bam a couple years ago on the last play of the game on a 2-point conversion. Now they can't run the ball like they have been in the past. They also have lost a lot of running backs.
They have.
Look for A&M to just say, we're going to take y'all's pass game away, make you try to run the ball. Now that could be a problem for Nussmeier. Nussmeier's got a good stat line this season: over 2,000 yards, 18 tutties, 6 picks, 64% completion, and now he's on pretty much NFL draft boards as possibly a first-round pick. So
Yeah.
I think that we got to watch out for A&M's scheme and how they're going to try to limit the pass and make them one-dimensional and run that ball, because we know A&M has got a solid group of 5 stars all around the board. They recruit well, so I mean, hey. This could be a game that's like you come into, you think LSU is going to be able to, like I do, I think LSU is going to be able to play well and throw the ball, but at the same time, A&M could have something diabolical for these guys and
They
make
got
it
it cooked up.
tough. Yeah, and
Yeah.
lock up that secondary. Whether it's we're just going to play double on Kyron Lacey, or we're going to just play a bunch of crazy disguises, blitz the shit out of Nussmeier, whatever it is, and then just make you run the ball. We're gonna play like a lot of nickel and a lot of dime, let you run the ball on us with that, and see if you can beat us. But we'll
Yeah.
see, man. It should be a fun game, but
It's going to be
obviously,
a crazy game.
Seth,
Yeah.
what's you're the one that's gonna break the tie right here between me and Cody. Who do you think's winning?
I want. I like the odds of Texas A&M getting something cooked up in the back.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's hard to deflect that with LSU's power they have on offense.
yeah. I mean, they'll
Like
be able to.
if Texas A&M doesn't keep up at the beginning, then they're cooked.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. One more thing I want to dive into basically is LSU's defense. I mean, they gave up only 26 to Ole Miss, so a pretty decent job against a good offense in Ole Miss. They gave up 33 to South Carolina, and that was pretty much the worst I saw them play is that South Carolina game. Besides that, I mean, they've been pretty solid. They just played a good game against Arkansas on the road. We thought Arkansas was going to win. Arkansas
Yeah.
scored 10 points, lost 34-10. That's why I'm kind of leaning LSU, because it's
Yeah, I
like
kind of like it.
they just
Yeah.
went to Arkansas and did that. Like,
Yeah.
And a night game, too.
and A&M almost lost to Arkansas. I think A&M's closer to Arkansas than they are to LSU. So I don't know. But it's college football. We know that week to week, anything can happen,
Anything can happen.
clearly. But
Yeah.
Seth, what's your final prediction? None of your torn.
Give me the Tigers.
Give me the Tigers. Go Tigers.
Rawr.
This boy,
Yeah.
when in doubt, he goes back to the Tigers.
I go back to the Tigers or the Eagles. I mean, we got two of them.
Yeah, we know. Speaking of your Tigers, how's that loss feeling? 2-5?
Dude, it's funny, guys, because I called that when we were watching the
Yeah.
game and we were down or we were up by 2 tutties and it was like the almost end of the third quarter. I was like, we should bet on us losing this game.
Yeah.
Plus
And what
600.
happened?
They
Man,
lost.
we lost. Yep. I should have
It's
just threw
rough.
something on there.
Auburn's in a bad spot right now, man.
Auburn sucks.
That's all I can say. Auburn sucks. I like to
Auburn's-
ride in my truck. You know that song, Cody?
No,
Yeah.
From the Squidbillies or whatever. That
I don't
meme.
like them.
That's so funny, man. All right. Well, it's week 7 NFL. I'm going to fly through these real quick. Biggest games first. Let's get through the big dogs first. Packers on the road, or I'm sorry, Texans on the road lose to the Packers 24-22 on a last second field goal. Now, Texans are still without Nico Collins. We saw before the game, Jair Alexander and the whole Packers defense and other teammates were, stepping to Stephon Diggs, talking a bunch of trash, and it seemed like it was 1v30, and Diggs was about that smoke, but he didn't do nothing.
He didn't do
And
shit.
No one did.
nobody really did. I mean, they were able to use Mixon pretty well.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they hung in there playing solid enough defense at times, but at the same time, Jordan Love was throwing piss missiles. He's looking like Brett Favre out there, just throwing some crazy shit. But I mean, it works. He's
It
got
really
dogs.
does.
He got tight ends. He's got wide receivers. He got running backs. I mean, they got a good team. They got a decent secondary. Jair Alexander, Xavier McKinney's leading the league or tied in the league for interceptions. I mean, Packers at home. It's tough to win in Lambeau.
It
They
is
get
tough
the
to
they
win.
get the dub. It's another big dub for the Pack, and now both those teams I think are 5-2. Both of those teams are sitting pretty in the playoff race.
yeah.
Packers are in a tough ass division though. We're going to talk about the next teams in their division, which are the Lions at the Vikings. A huge game. We thought this was probably the best game of the week.
Yeah,
It
100%.
was. It was the best game of the
Yeah.
week. Lions win 31-29 after a kind of a scare. They almost let the Vikings come back. There was a scoop and score that happened after a fumble. Vikings did take the lead briefly, and Lions go down without Aiden Hutchinson, get the dub, kick a field goal, and pretty much make it known that they're one of the best teams in the league, and if
Yeah.
not the best team.
Yeah.
If you go to beat the Vikings, who are undefeated, playing a hell of a brand of football over there, and you do it without one of your best players, the best defensive player in the league right now, and Vikings sadly lose, but it's all right. They're not looking bad. They still fought.
No, they're
Got a
not.
great
and-
squad. You can't
and
say anything else about it.
I meant to
No.
bring. I was
Just
gonna
a
bring
great
this up
game.
when you brought up Michigan and how they're
Mhm.
not the same. But I was gonna wait till the NFL segment and we went over the Vikings. But what are they gonna do about JJ? If Sam Darnold's
Yeah.
looking like as crazy, dude, imagine JJ didn't need that surgery, and the
Yeah,
Vikings
what would
started
happen?
JJ. Like, I wonder how much different
Well,
it would be for them.
I knew that apparently they were always going to start Sam Darnold. Like it wasn't a battle really. But I
okay.
mean, that's just what they were saying. But I do think it would have been interesting to see like how they would have tried to
Implement.
implemented JJ at
Yeah.
all. If
I
they
don't
were
even think they would have.
I think they would have
He'd
said
be
you just
like
sit and watch.
Michael Penix right now.
Right, and I think that's ultimately what's going to happen. I don't think they're going to trade him. I mean, they probably should because Sam Darnold's pretty young. Like he's really not
Yeah,
old at all. Like if you
he's
look
not.
at, he's like younger than a couple of guys that you would not expect. Like I almost feel like he's the same age as Joe Burrow or something crazy. But it's pretty crazy to see because I feel like Sam Darnold could lead that team to a lot of playoff victories if he gets coached up like he's been coached up. Because in that system, man, it's hard to be pretty bad. I mean. He's got arm talent.
Dude,
Sam Darnold's good.
Sam Darnold's 27.
That's what I'm. So he's got
Dude,
what
he's
10 years that he can
yeah,
play. Think
at
about that.
least.
So to me, it's like you could do one thing. You can say we just let JJ sit and wait, or we trade him while he's hot.
We trade him while he's
right
hot, and
now.
while like somebody needs that QB.
Hey, you know who needs one? The Giants.
The Raiders, the
And the
Raiders,
Raiders.
the
Titans.
Giants, the
The
Titans,
Titans.
the
There's like-
Titans.
Oh,
Wow,
and
that'd
guess-
be kind of lit.
And guess what? You could low key just say, I don't love the quarterbacks in this class for whatever reason. Maybe you don't
Mhm.
love Cam Ward or whoever. You say,
Yeah.
go ahead and give me JJ.
Give me JJ in a second round.
Something.
If you had like the first 5 picks or something,
If you were
and
like
you
the
wanted
top,
JJ,
the
top
top pick of
10?
the draft,
yeah,
yeah, you'd have to give if it was the Titans and they were like number 1 in the draft and the Vikings wanted the first pick to say like screw
that would
it.
be insane.
And the Vikings say we're gonna get what's his name? I'm sorry, Travis Hunter.
Oh
Because
my-
like we're trying to go crazy on defense.
Or what if they
and
get Ashton? Because Aaron Jones
just
is
number
getting
one,
old.
just number one, get a running back. I mean,
I mean,
that'd be-
he's worth it.
but hear me out. Let's just say Vikings say screw it. we'll give you McCarthy and a couple of other random picks or players or whatever. Move up to 1, get your first pick, and in return, we're going to draft Travis Hunter, and we're going to use him
That's
on defense,
unreal.
and then we're going to put him in offense with Jordan Addison and Jay Jettis.
Jay Jettis and TJ Hawkinson, who's been still out this
That
whole
would be
time.
the most crack team in the world.
Dude,
That would be
that would be
insane.
disgusting.
So like they could do that. The Giants, good lord, they would send everything to get that to
They
get
would,
JJ.
dude.
They would be like, here's Danny Dimes to be your backup to Sam Darnold, and here's random picks and a defensive player. Like I don't even they could literally I guess they could send like I mean on defense they got Brian Burns, they got Dexter Lawrence, like they got defensive players. They got to figure out a package that would work. But I feel like
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that first overall pick is almost enough. Like
but that's
if
kind of
you
like
have the
I
first
feel
overall
like
pick and
I
the
don't know.
if the
I feel
Vikings
like the
are doing as
Vikings would
good
have
as they're
to.
good
The
doing,
Vikings would have to send like a nice package. It can't just be just JJ
Yeah,
because
no,
JJ got
definitely
picked outside the top 10, and he wasn't like elite coming out of the
Yeah.
draft. It's like we know he's pretty good. We know he needs a good system, but like the Vikings wouldn't
we
just
haven't
give
even seen
away
him play
either.
yet either. So
Yeah,
it's like,
this
you're taking a
is a
risk.
lot of like stuff we just don't know how to value because there's also he's coming off of an injury, season ending. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
things, so it's
I
hard
don't know
to
if he's worth
predict.
no first pick.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. First pick, it would have
Maybe
to be
not
like
worth no
it
first
would have to
pick.
be like JJ, Aaron Jones, something else, and then like
Or maybe Jordan Addison,
Jordan Addison,
Aaron Jones. I
I
could
don't
see
know.
that. Jay
But
Jettis.
NFL does things weird. Like sometimes they don't even use players in trades. It's just
Yeah, they just
the
use picks.
So we'll
There's
see.
been a lot of picks too recently where they're like, it's a 4th rounder, but could be a
It's
3rd rounder.
conditional if he
Yeah.
plays. If he
I feel like
literally,
that's every single pick.
like
Or
it's
every
a
single
4th
trade
rounder,
now.
but it could be a 2nd rounder if he starts doing the hopscotch in the middle of the game. Like,
Yeah,
who
it's like,
knows?
we're not gonna let that happen.
You can't do the hopscotch. You're gonna burn our 2nd rounder. Nah,
You burn him.
but that's literally what happens. But
Need to
moving
go out there
on,
and get hurt, D-Hop.
sticking in the NFC. Actually, Seahawks beat my Falcons 31-14. After basically it was kind of a close game, and then all of a sudden Seahawks got like 2 or 3 turnovers in a row. One of them was a touchdown. And then
Yep.
after that, I was like, I knew kind of
It's
like
over.
going into the game, Seahawks needed a win. We came on a 3-game win streak. They had a 3-game losing streak. Something was about to give. And the Seahawks were the team that wanted it more. So, I mean, it is what it is,
Were.
dude. Falcons got a first place spot still in the NFC South because the Bucks lost. But
Yeah.
now they're going against the Bucks without Mike Evans and Chris Godwin this week. So, I mean, it's a big game for
Dude.
the Falcons to win. But
We're pulling
huge.
up.
might have to pull up.
Maybe.
Tickets gonna get cheap.
They're gonna get cheap, and there's gonna be hopefully an easy Falcons dub.
I hope, but I don't know.
I don't
Scared.
know. I'm
Never-
still
Never
scared.
know. Never
Kate
know.
Otten looking like the Hulk.
Kate Otten was getting boomed.
Kate Otten was getting boomed and just couldn't right up. Said,
But
throw
it's
me
all right.
another.
I'm gonna get all of the catches, all the targets. But I picked up
wish I had 'em.
McMillan. But yeah,
I saw that.
We'll see what happens, dude. Bucks are
I
gonna
picked
be.
up some dude from the Browns.
Bucks are also on Cooper Cup watch. That's what I've
Dude,
heard.
So are the Steelers, but the Steelers have
Yeah.
been on every wide receiver watch. I don't believe it in anything I hear
Yeah,
anymore.
we'll see, man. Well, y'all are also on Mike Williams' watch, so who knows?
Dude, I don't want that old ass.
He's not that.
What are you
old.
looking at, Cody?
He's like 30. Who's
Game time.
I know. I looked at it earlier. But we're gonna keep waiting until that price keeps dropping.
Yeah, we gonna wait till like Saturday, Friday.
Another game that was supposed to be really good but wasn't that great is Chiefs and 49ers rematch of the Super Bowl. Chiefs won 28-18.
That was the most snooze fest.
Debo had pneumonia and didn't play. Ayuk tore his ACL. It's crazy that he just got paid all that money, did nothing, and then tears his ACL. I mean,
Dude,
what
a
the
loser.
hell?
What a loser.
That's just for your fantasy team.
I will
man, it's
never draft
terrible.
him again. It's like it's starting to turn into a Zeke.
It's bad. It's bad. It's getting bad.
I hate that guy.
I think you just drafted him because you thought maybe he could be on the Steelers.
I did.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, if he goes to 49ers, he's still gonna cook.
Nope.
Nope. They said we don't like you, Brandon. We
But
just
good-
signed you.
But good news, not for Cody, but good news for the Chiefs. They just got DeAndre Hopkins.
That is unreal. Do we really think he's gonna eat?
Well, I'll tell you this. Jack was saying, I think D-Hop's washed, but Jack is always that guy that thinks everybody's washed. And I
Yeah.
pushed
I mean,
I pushed back and I said this. I said, okay, sir, maybe he's not as good as he once was, but to be honest, he didn't miss a single game last year. He had 1,000 yards, 75 catches, 7 tutties with Will Levis and a bunch of like Ryan Tannehill at quarterback. This year
This dude's
didn't
finna
do
go dummy.
anything because of the new offensive coordinator. Will Levis is looking terrible. Mason Rudolph, like I give him a pass.
Dude, getting a D-Hop Kansas City jersey would be kind of hard.
And I do think like he will be pretty good. Just
Yeah.
because
No,
like
he's
it's
gonna be really
Andy,
I mean,
it's
how
Andy
yeah.
Reid calling the offense.
Andy
It's
Reid and Pat
Mahomes.
Mahomes that you're getting the ball thrown to
And
or
like
thrown from.
it's just one of those things that like he's a good route runner. He's physical. The jump balls will be, still money for him. He doesn't have to be a speedster down the field. Just get some first downs, score in the red zone. That's all.
Yeah. Just a couple.
You're just on a Super Bowl team. Like you don't got to do that much.
That's
You're just replacing Juju basically. Like
what a trash
Juju.
guy.
But no, it's just crazy. They went from basically Pacheco, Rasheed Rice, Hollywood Brown, and then now their big three is D Hop, Kareem Hunt, and Travis Kelsey.
That is kind of funny, dude.
Who all led the league in 2017 in their categories.
At least they're making moves. Like
they're
the
trying.
Steelers haven't made any wide receiver moves.
They're trying, man. But yeah, there's Chiefs were back in 2017 this year. That's all I gotta say. So we'll see
I'm kind of lit.
how that goes. D Hop wants a ring bad. We all know that.
Wait, aren't the Chiefs still undefeated?
They are. They're the only team that's undefeated, sir.
I hate them.
I know.
I hate
Moving
those.
on to a good topic for you. Steelers get the
Yeah.
dub primetime Sunday night against the Jets. They started out losing 15-6.
Yep.
Turn it around. Didn't
We
let
went to
up.
halftime. We got that Mike Tomlin speech.
Yeah, and
And
Devontae
then
got
that's what
zero.
rose us. And then
zero
Russ said,
catches.
"We're gonna get unlimited points. I'm gonna throw up the ball to George unlimited times."
Dude, George Pickens was eating that game.
Dude, he was okay.
Najee
He
was
was
eating.
eating. He was eating, but like I'm a little skeptical to call that a good game. Low key.
It's not a great game from Russ.
It's not because
But it was good for the first game back.
It was, but those deep balls he was throwing, like that's
all right.
low
You're
key
all right.
like a 50-50 ball.
It is, but when you got GP, it's okay.
It's okay, dude, because GB catches those.
If he
Okay,
gets
so
if
dang.
he gets a little more velocity on it and he gets healthy, fully, I think he'll be all right.
I'm worried about him because I mean every ball he's getting thrown to, bro, the defender's like right on him pretty much. Like he can't really create space.
We need Broderick
Too
Jones to
much.
lock in.
Dude, please.
Fatanu's coming. Oh no, Fatanu's
I will say though the
whole season.
O-line was looking flawless.
For like
And
the most
Najee-
part, yeah.
For the most part, and Najee was just running that rock
How about
with
Najee?
authority.
Back-to-back 100-yard games in a tutty. Put some
Dude,
respect on his name.
I love that dude, bro. 1,000 yards every single season.
We should
Like
we
he's
should have
going to
just
get you.
we should have just told people, man, don't sleep on Najee this season. Yes, every year he starts out slow, but you know what he does? He gets 1,000
gonna eat.
yards.
He
He gets
gonna get
7 or
1,000
8
yards,
tutties,
yeah.
and now he's in Arthur Smith's offense, who at least likes to run the ball.
And dude, he runs. I love that he runs hard.
Yeah, and it's like he's not fast, right? But he's
He's not
6'2",
fast.
230, and he can
And he's
hurdle.
a tank.
And
He's
he can
literally like
stiff
a
arm,
low-key Derrick Henry.
just not fast.
Just not fast, yeah.
That's what it is. It's like if Derrick Henry was like running instead of 21 miles per hour, he's running like 19 or 18.
Dude, I just love it.
But he's a
I
good
need
back.
another stiff arm.
He's a good
Some
back.
stiff
man.
arms and the hurdles. Even fucking wait, is it? It is Darnell Washington.
Yeah, he's good.
Dude, he was hurdling and stiff arming. I'm
That
like, boy,
He's like 7 foot.
yeah, like
Like-
7'250".
Mm-hmm. He's like 280, bro. He's
Yeah,
like almost
I don't-
300.
Yeah.
Najee's
He's
almost
literally a
250.
tank.
Najee's
He's a
about-
literal tank.
Yeah,
That was a tight end.
yeah. So Devontae got 0 catches in the second half. Started out with
Dude,
3. Didn't look
Lock 'em
great.
up.
Joey Porter Jr. is playing good. Minka's playing good. How about Beanie Bishop?
Dude,
Undrafted rookie.
undrafted, got 2 picks.
Crazy.
Dude, what a demon.
Looking like a little Tyron Matthew or something
Dude,
out
I
there.
love it. I love it. We might have found a little diamond in the rough right there.
And
And let's talk
Deshaun
about
Elliott.
Deshaun Elliott and Peyton Wilson. That
Peyton
man
Wilson.
was at every ball.
It's
he
not
was every
it's
ball.
not fair that y'all have a defense like this every
Dude,
year.
he was literally everywhere on the field.
Might be
Wherever
better
the
than
ball
Patrick
was, he
Queen.
was.
Might be better
No,
than
yeah,
Patrick Queen.
I'm not gonna lie, might be.
He might be cooked.
I loved watching when we drafted him. When I saw his film, I was like, yeah, this dude's about to be a dog.
He's an athlete for sure.
I love it.
So Rodgers and Devontae's reunion didn't go well. They're 2-5. They
Boo-hoo.
have an easy schedule, but the rest of the way. But I mean, hey, they don't got a team right now. They're a bunch of players on a team.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's not a team.
Culture wise, they don't got one. Steelers do. They got a good defense. Now Russ is back. He's a vet. They got a bunch of pieces on the offense that are looking better, whether it's Najee, whether it's GP, whether it's Washington. Maybe Van Jefferson keeps playing solid. I don't know. Roman Wilson, where you at? Could be the difference maker.
Dude, please, man.
We'll see, though.
I need to see anything from that guy.
Yeah, but Ravens go down and beat the Bucks on Monday night, 41-31. It was not close though, at all. Bucks unfortunately lost Mike Evans to a hamstring, and then they the last drive of the game, garbage time, dislocated ankle from Chris Godwin. Poor guy.
Dude, that's so sad.
So sad, man.
Those two were balling.
We all love these guys in fantasy. It sucks to see them lose their season, to that, but they're just competitors at the end of the day. They just want to go get a win at any, rate. And they could technically have won the game, I guess, if you would have scored and then kicked the onside kick again and scored again. But at the same time, it's like not really going to happen.
To win the lottery there.
So I got to give props to the Bucks for trying. But at the same time, hey, man, might as well just wave the white flag on that one. Because you just lost both your wide receivers for the year almost. But
I mean, if they get Cooper Kupp,
Mike Evans and Cooper Kupp after week 11 could be a nice duo.
Yeah.
But hey, we'll see how Mike's hammy is.
Like the 2-year deal, and then next year it's Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Cooper Kupp.
I hope not.
That's disgusting.
I don't want to see that. Yeah. So going into week 8 real quick, let's just talk about a few games that seem interesting. First of all, Eagles at the Bengals. I feel like it's a must win for probably both these teams, but at the same time, especially the Bengals.
But I mean, I feel like the Eagles, they've just been barely skimming by.
Well, they just beat the shit out the Giants.
Well, yeah, that's the Giants, though. It's Saquon's revenge game. I knew he was going. He almost had 200.
He said, I don't need my career high. Let the other guys eat.
He said, let the young boys eat. I said, okay, that's my goat.
Okay, go.
That's my number one wide receiver.
He might as well be.
Might as well. Come on, throw him out there.
Go. Another good game. Let's talk about the Eagles and Bengals real quick. I'm sorry. Who's winning that game and why? It's at home for the Bengals.
I want the Eagles to win.
We know why you want the Eagles to win.
Yep. Just keep going down.
I kind of think the Bengals are going to win, but I don't know. Just because they need it more. That's all.
They do.
I like the Bengals. I think Jamar's going to have a huge game.
That's what I'm thinking because T. Higgins has been eating too. Joe Burrow's playing really good football. I know the defense sucks for the Bengals, but Jalen Hurts has been making a lot of mistakes. If it's not a shootout, I will be surprised.
Yeah.
So give me the Bengals barely, like 38-35.
Yeah. Eagles.
Yeah, I know. That's all right. No, I just don't even want to talk about this, Cody. But your Titans play the Lions. That's so. They just played the Bills. Now they got to play the Lions.
I got a score prediction: 50-0.
Okay. On to some real teams right here. Bills at the Seahawks. Both teams are pretty solid. Seahawks at home. They're 4-3. They're actually Seahawks are first in the NFC West. Okay. They don't have a defense for real, but they're getting some stops. They're getting some stops.
But DK's out.
DK's a little out, but hey, it's all right. JSN and Ken Walker, let's see what they can do, man. Let's see what they can do.
Ken Walker's been looking like a demon.
Give me the Bills because Amari Cooper's on the squad now.
Yep,
yes, sir.
I like
Give me the big Billies.
Big Billy Billies.
And how about Amari Cooper scoring a tutty on a play that he didn't even know what route he was running?
Yeah, I saw that. Keon Coleman helped him out.
So just go.
Just go. Get in the end zone.
So I'm going to take this guy that way, and you're going to run straight to the end zone.
He said that. I like that play.
He said, cool.
We should run that one more often.
Yeah.
He's like, this is how easy it is playing with Josh Allen?
Yeah, pretty much.
I was playing with Diddy Watson. I didn't know how to play.
Diddy Watson.
How
about the Cardinals and Dolphins game with Tua coming back?
Yes. We got to talk about this.
Crispy game.
Because Dolphins, let's be honest, aren't out of it. They're not out.
They're going to have to win that, though.
But the thing is, though, it's really just the Bills. it's like they could not win the
true.
division, but the Bills are what
True.
4-3 right now, or 5-3 or something. They're not far. 2-4 doesn't look great, right? But you're getting at least somebody that can throw the ball. So
Bills are 5-2.
okay, Bills are 5-2. They're pulling away, but at the same time, the AFC. Go look at the playoff picture and tell me right now if the AFC is not the weaker conference. Because to me, if you look at it, it's like, no offense, Seth, the Steelers are probably the best wild card team, and that's not like crazy like it has been. Like right
Yeah, I
now,
mean, you
you
got the
got
Chiefs,
Chiefs, Texans,
Bills.
Baltimore,
Yeah.
Buffalo, and then it's y'all are number one as far as the wild card goes. So number
Mhm.
5 seed is the Steelers, 6 is the Colts. But after the Steelers, it's like the Colts kind of suck sometimes.
Colts,
The
yeah.
Broncos kind of suck
I mean,
sometimes.
the
So it's
only reason
like,
did the Colts lose last week?
no, they won to the Dolphins by
Barely.
6.
See, dude, I feel like the Colts low key are
So,
better with Joe Flacco.
oh, we all know that. But it's
Yeah.
like they have to play AR because he's the guy that they drafted. He's only played 9 games, right? So you got to let him develop. It's not like people get mad at AR, and I do too because I have him in fantasy. But at the same time, bro, you got to understand this dude has literally never played a full season ever
Yep.
in his life
Nope.
because of whether it's been injuries for the Colts or Florida changing quarterbacks midway through the year or other injuries. Like even in high school, the dude has not played a lot of football. We got to let him like get better. Hopefully he does. But yes, right now they are better with Flacco, but
Yeah.
they're not going to pull him for Flacco because that's the franchise guy in their mind.
Yeah.
So they'll lose some games they shouldn't win or they shouldn't lose. The Broncos will lose some games because they're just Bo Nix
That's
is
a
their
crazy,
quarterback.
yeah.
And so it's the same thing with both those teams.
Yeah,
But
AFC is looking pretty weak.
but really, it's the Chargers, the Bengals, the Dolphins sitting on the outside saying, "We got a shot. We just got to
Yeah.
We got a
start. We got to
shot,
start
yeah.
winning games."
Yeah. If those three were in, then it'd be kind of scary AFC.
Let's swap. Let's say Steelers are still in because y'all are a lock to make the playoffs, and then
Mhm.
Colts are out, Broncos are out. Out of the 3 teams, the Chargers, Bengals, and Dolphins, what 2 teams are making it?
Bengals and
Bengals,
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Yep.
Yeah.
So the teams with actual quarterbacks that can,
Yeah.
or Herbert's a great quarterback, but actual skill position players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah.
Chargers just don't have that yet. I
What if
feel
they
like.
go get Cooper Cup?
It's
Oh,
wraps. They're
Then
winning.
they're cooking, right?
Then they're cooking.
We're gonna have to call.
Wait.
What's the nickname for Lad McConkey and Cooper Cup gonna be?
That's what I'm saying. I was just about to say that. Lad McConkey and Cooper Cuppy would go crazy.
That would go dummy. I
Hey,
can't
man.
lie.
We're gonna call them the LA Caucasians or something.
McCuppy.
McCuppy.
My cuppy.
That's the new fantasy team.
McCuppy.
No, but that would
McCuppy.
be kind of nice to see him go to a place like the Chargers. He doesn't have to leave LA.
That would be
And
lit,
then he just
yeah.
goes to a team right down the street, plays the same stadium. It's the same thing, right? I mean, it's
Would
just
have to move.
it'd be awesome for the Chargers.
That
Yeah.
would be so sick.
That's something that they really got to work. They got to do that
They
deal.
do.
They got to do it. But yeah, so it could be the Chargers if they got someone like Cooper Cup. But yeah, I guess the Bengals and the Dolphins are definitely teams that would be better than the Broncos and the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Now, any other games right here that we're
What
looking at?
would have been a good game is the Bears and the
Commanders.
Commanders if
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels was playing, man.
It's still
I
not
would have
official
loved
that
to see that.
he's not out yet, but
Okay.
he's
Imagine he's
sitting
like
out.
low key. And then he says, yeah, I'm gonna play.
Get me
He
on the
comes
field.
in and he just dots up the Bears. Ooh, Jack would be so
Dude,
mad.
Jack's like torn, I feel like, because it's like at the same time, yeah, he could be out and get the free win, but
Yeah.
he wants to beat him with him because he's
Yeah.
like trying to shut up the narrative that Caleb's not as
that
good.
Caleb, yeah.
But it's
I
like,
think
dude, you're
that
not
would be
just,
lit.
even if they just beat Jaden, it's not going to go away because they're going to say, "Oh, Jaden was hurt." Oh,
Yeah.
like it is what it is. It's just
Yeah.
one. It's just one game.
Yeah.
But
100%.
they're both good quarterbacks. We got to relax with this. It's like whoever you want to talk about: Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Tua, all those guys in the same class. Peyton
Yeah.
Manning and Tom Brady being in that era that they were in. It's all these guys are solid, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
But another flashy games that stand out to y'all. Anything that catches your eye because I don't think there's a lot
Yes.
of good ones.
Cowboys and 49ers.
Okay.
Wow.
Sunday night. That'll be
Battle
kind
of 2 franchises that need a win more than ever.
Yep, I agree. They're gonna be
Michael Parsons is back.
sim for the win.
Debo might be out. Actually, there might be an update about
Oh wait,
Debo.
the 49ers might be cooked.
That's why I picked the Cowboys.
Yeah.
With all those injuries.
Because they're coming off of a bye too.
Yeah.
Give me the boys.
Hey, let's not tell Mason to put CD in, please.
Okay.
Please.
Sure.
Or
Sure
Brian
thing, man.
Robinson.
49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan on wide receiver Debo Samuel ahead of Sunday night's game. Was Debo Samuel, in fact, pneumonia? Did it in turn? This is the worst quote I've ever read in my life. Somebody wrote this terribly, but basically it said, "Did it turn out to be pneumonia? And what is his prognosis? Pneumonia. He's out of the hospital. He got in here yesterday. He's doing better. You'd expect with that stuff, but we'll see how he goes throughout the week. So he's got a chance to play Sunday. Yes. So I mean, Debo could play, but it's like, okay, Debo, Ricky Pearsall, yeah, they could
And
cook that
George.
secondary because the
Is
Cowboys
George?
suck. George is playing,
Okay.
but Jordan Mason is playing no CMC still. So it's like there's guys out on the Niners still.
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust them right now because Brock hasn't looked great with guys out. And
Scary.
yeah, the Cowboys defense sucks, but it's like Micah Parsons is at least back.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
true.
know. I'm giving Cowboys a dub just because their offense on
Yeah.
paper is a little bit more healthy, but it's
Wait.
both these teams are pretty bad right now.
Yeah, dude, and didn't the Cowboys got whooped by the Lions and then went on a bye?
They did.
That's awful. They're
They-
fiending to come back
that's
with
what I'm
something.
saying. They need something bad.
That's awful. Damn.
I'm scared. This is a weird game.
I'm kind of scared for the Monday night game.
The Steelers
Yeah.
against the Giants?
Yeah, Malik Neighbors now.
We're not even going to talk about that one.
All right, because we gonna win.
Yeah, these games this week aren't that great.
They can be though.
Colts and Texans, maybe?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Browns and Ravens, that's mid.
What about Packers at the Jags? Jags came off of a win. Are they back? No.
No.
I'm just trying to be nice, but not really.
Trying to be nice, nah. You need
But
to shut
hey,
that
they got to
ass up.
win.
I'm.
They
Oh
aren't
no,
good.
never
But
mind.
it's all right. All right, let's do something interesting because this has been NFL talk has been getting a little like we don't really know because people are out or the teams are
Yeah.
not that great
Yeah.
like right now because of whatever reason. It's just kind of like we don't really know, guys. We think these games should be pretty easy to pick, but at the same time, you
They're
never know.
not.
So
Yeah.
something to finish off the show today, like we mentioned in the beginning, is our mid-season, even though it's not technically the mid-season, but it's almost there. Mid-season awards, NFL. Right now, we're gonna start with the MVP, and we're gonna go around the circle here and to start with Seth, I guess.
Yep.
And who's your MVP?
As much as I hate to say this, because I hate the guy, got him on my fantasy team though, but I'm
you don't.
going with MVP Lamar Jackson. To
Cody,
start it
is yours
off.
gonna be different? Because mine is also Lamar.
Mine's Lamar.
Yep.
Unanimous.
I was
Yeah.
almost gonna say Sam Darnold, but I mean
Ooh.
when Lamar's doing what he's doing with his legs and throwing 5 tutties,
I got another guy that's on the watch list. That's
is it on
Jared
the
Goff.
same team? Ooh,
Jared
that's kind
Goff.
of a sleeper pick right there.
Dude's been so accurate.
So accurate, and they've just been dubbed. And he's caught a touchdown pass. I
Hey,
don't see Lamar catch no touchdown pass.
Yeah. Hey, put some respect on.
I
Goff.
like those 3 right there. Or I mean a little what's the word? I can't remember. Like a little extra. Derrick Henry.
For sure. Now that's my next segue is offensive player of the year. I have Derrick Henry.
I have Derrick Henry as well.
Yeah.
Mm, I'm trying to spice it up where it's not the same one.
I mean, it's just been the 2 best players.
They're
And
best players right now.
and Derrick is literally like 200
He's
something
getting
yards
2,000
more than everybody
yards.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Derrick Henry.
How do you say it's not? You know, it's
You
just
say
like
it's not.
I don't.
You can't, there's
Now this is where we might disagree. Defensive player of the year, and I don't want to go first. So Cody, you go.
I got TJ Watt.
Okay.
I like TJ Watt.
TJ.
I think.
Is this more of like what he's done or what he's going to do?
What I feel like what he's going to do. Like he's had a slow start, but he's still been highly productive for that team, obviously.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a game coming up, maybe a couple games as the season goes on, where he's gonna have like 2.5 sacks, maybe a forced fumble.
Yeah.
Like he's just that type of player that can just go off at any
Yeah.
given time. And I feel like a couple of those games are gonna happen for him that are kind of gonna give him the edge of for that defensive player
And we
of the
all
year.
know, by the way, guys, for the people watching this, that it was Aiden Hutchinson. It's just
Yeah.
sadly
Yeah.
not going to happen.
That was my
Yeah.
pick before. Obviously, he unfortunately
Yeah.
got injured.
But this is why it's fun to predict, because it's like we got a whole season ahead of us. So,
Yep.
Seth,
I mean, I'm going TJ Watt.
yeah,
I mean, I know he hasn't been doing as crazy as he could, but I
Yeah.
know because I watched the games, he's getting there.
Mhm.
He's
getting
getting there. He's getting doubled, but he's getting there, and he's just barely missing some of these sacks or tackles.
yeah,
And I mean, he has 4.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles.
yeah,
2 of those came in one game
yep.
against the
See,
Raiders
what I just
in
said.
crush time, like on the goal line. Mans is in there punching the ball out.
That's what I
Like, I
said.
mean, I am a little biased, but
He can pop off at any point.
anytime, dude, let us play one O line that doesn't double him, and it's over. He's
It
getting like
could.
three or
Yeah,
4
it's
sacks.
literally what happened to the Falcons.
Yep. Yep.
Didn't
It
double
did.
TJ Watt.
Nope, he didn't, and that's where
Ah,
he got his first one.
yeah. So mine is gonna be something different. A very
Okay.
off the deep end, just going for it. But a guy that I think a lot of people are gonna start knowing is gonna be a household name pretty soon. On the Detroit Lions, give me Brian Branch, the safety
Dude.
from
Branch.
Alabama.
I like
I
that.
love Brian Branch.
He's
I like
he's
that.
got a couple stats. Basically, he's number 2 next to Xavier McKinney in interceptions. He has 4. He has 1 forced fumble, and also he's second in the league in pass deflections, which is a big stat for DBs.
Mhm.
25 tackles. I mean, he's a ball hawk. He's a hard hitter, commanding the secondary. Stepping up for Aiden Hutchinson. And I think I got to go with a team that's one of the best teams in the league. That's where I'm thinking. It's like they want to give these awards to the best teams. Also, it's like you're
Mhm.
never gonna see like. Sorry, but like Dexter Lawrence, yeah, you're leading the league in sacks with 9, but you're on the Giants, bud. You're not winning.
Yeah.
It would have to be like an astronomical number.
Yeah,
Like
but
it'd have
like
to
if
be
he has 4 interceptions and we're through what 7 games, and he's got a fumble and 11 pass deflections, 25 tackles. I mean, hey, this dude with Aiden Hutchinson now, expect teams to be able to throw the ball like they'll be able to, like, for instance, Aiden, where he's used to getting a bunch of sacks. Now there's room for the teams to throw and have more time, but then you're just letting Brian Branch make plays, and I feel like he'll get guys caught in like some looks that he'll like bait you into, and I think he'll in the year like as the interception leader.
That boy about to have a field day this weekend against the Titans.
Oh my goodness, gosh, sorry, Cody.
Yeah,
It's
Now,
okay. I'm
offensive
kind of okay with it.
offensive rookie of the year, we all think it's Jaden Daniels.
Jaden
Yep. I
Daniels.
mean, I don't really think it's a fight.
Could be Caleb, maybe. Could be.
And Caleb's got to start going crazy.
He's been getting, really
He's
good
been
numbers.
progressively getting better. Yeah, I agree.
He's the last 2 weeks been really good.
Yeah.
Now, defense rookie of the year is nobody elite. We'll
Nah.
let you guys know. This is all based on what we think could happen. Seth, anybody
I
want to
got
go?
Dallas Turner. Fuck it.
I love Dallas, but he's just done nothing really.
Nothing.
None of these guys have
damn
done anything
thing.
crazy. I would say they're all
No.
similar, but I'm going Leatu Latu, the edge from the Colts.
That's fair.
That's fair. I got. Y'all don't know this guy. I know.
Okay, try me.
Edgerrin Cooper, Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
29 total tackles, 1.5 sacks. I mean, what else can I say? I mean, he's an animal out there. He's flying around the field.
Shout out to Edgerrin Cooper, man.
Hey, my boy.
He might be the only guy that's gonna say that in this world of sports.
Let's go, Edgerrin Cooper.
Adrian.
We're gonna insert the highlights for Edgerrin Cooper right now. He's
Edgerrin.
going
Right now.
crazy.
Should be an
Going
edge rusher.
insane.
Okay, Edgerrin.
Boy,
Edgerrin Cooper.
Um,
Linebacker.
now for the
Linebacker.
fun part, the last thing we're gonna talk about today, the Super Bowl predictions. Who's going and who's winning right now?
Steelers.
Steelers.
Nah, I mean,
Um,
sadly, bro. I mean, I'm gonna
I-
say the Chiefs.
Really?
I mean, dude, they just got D-Hop.
Hmm.
Marquise Brown's coming back.
I'm gonna go with the people's prediction. This is what the people want. Give me the Ravens versus the Lions.
Ooh. That'd be
And give me
crispy.
the Ravens to win it
Ew.
all.
I'd be so mad.
That's what I
I'd be
got.
sick.
Ravens versus Lions.
I'd love to see it, but I'd be sick.
Cody. It's gonna be terrible.
Wait, before you give it, I'm gonna do Chiefs. I'm gonna do Chiefs and Chiefs and Chiefs and Vikings.
Oh,
Awesome, crazy
okay.
right there.
All right, Vikings.
You know what?
What, Cody?
It's for you, Hayden. Give me Chiefs and Falcons.
What?
Chiefs.
Don't
and
do that to me,
Falcons.
dude. Don't.
I'm doing it.
That's so
Why?
ugly.
We're not good, dude.
That's so
We
Kurt.
don't.
ugly.
We have 6 sacks on the season.
Hey, y'all can still get there.
Oh my! We got to make a move for an edge rusher.
I'm just kidding. I'll go with
Hey, go with a real team, dude. We're not good.
You know what? Give me Chiefs and Packers.
Okay.
I like
I
that.
think I mean that division with Detroit, Minnesota, and Packers, that's up in the air. All three of those teams are playoff, could win the Super Bowl. Like
Yeah.
you could pick any three, and that's a good
I
argument.
mean,
you know
that's
what I'm saying?
literally our 3 that we just picked.
Yeah.
Is Lions, Vikings, and Packers.
I mean, that's true.
I mean, it's valid though, is it not?
The
It is
Niners
valid.
aren't going. I mean,
No.
I mean, not with these injuries.
The Eagles aren't looking as good.
No.
Yeah. Bucks are down. I mean,
Bucks are down. They were looking,
tremendous.
yeah, I mean,
Seahawks.
No,
what?
get that out of
No
here.
defense. But Jaden Daniels with Washington Commanders.
Hey,
Wait, dude, if they go to the Super Bowl the
Now,
first year,
I
that's
just can't see
historic.
that. I can't
That's
see
I
that.
can't
historic.
either.
To
but it would
me,
be
the
pure
Li-
cinema.
The Lions are going, especially if they get a home field advantage the whole playoff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I like that.
But Packers could go, but I also want to bring up Cody because we gotta be real, just in case somebody sees this and wants to circle back. We had the Packers on the fraudulent watch, the little
I know.
pretenders a few weeks ago, but I think they're proving us wrong, and that's
They are.
fine. That's fine. But the
5-2, looking good. Just
They
beat a
hurt
good
us.
Texans team.
Packer
They
legit.
heard us talking.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it for today's show. I mean, unless off the top of our head, we know who the Celtics are, we know Celtics are probably going to win it all. But give me at least who's going to be in the finals against them real quick since the season just started.
Oh,
Out of the West, who's
I like
making
the
it?
Nuggets.
Out of the West.
Nuggets with Russ.
Give me
Nuggets with Russ could cook.
Give me the Thunder.
Mmm.
Thunder versus Celtics. That's what I'm calling.
That's kind of crispy.
Honestly, give me the Mavs again.
Again. Okay.
I like that. The little rematch
I like the rematch.
with Clay.
Clay's
That'd
looking
be crispy.
washed.
Clay is looking
Oh,
washed.
I hate to say it, but my boy was 0 for 9 the other night.
Dude, that's awful, dude. Starting off awful.
The boy doing cardio.
No, but I like Hayden's pick. I'm kind of strung between
It's just like the
the
Thunder,
Mavs and
the Thunder were
OKC.
close last year, and now it's like they have the guys to step up that are
Yep.
in their third year. Whether it's Jalen Williams, he could be most improved player. Shea is awesome. They got Chet is a dog. Don't they have? Who's the guy? Am I thinking they added somebody through like a trade that we're not thinking of right now? If I go to the standings and I pull him up, it's going to be
Alex
guy
Caruso.
Alex Caruso.
Oh my God, yeah,
a
that's
weapon
crispy.
for
A
defense.
defensive animal, dude.
Give me the Thunder.
Dude,
I
wait.
like
I
that.
might be switching my pick.
That's all right, but the Celtics are really legit. Like they're going to win it all.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Celtics coming out almost just breaking an NBA record first
We're
game.
right here.
Dude, I watched that.
It's Mean Green.
I watched the highlights, bro. I figured it out. And it's not that hard to figure out because I read it on Twitter. It was a whole thread about how ugly the Celtics are to watch, but it's not for us because like we like to see 3-point shots, right? But
Yeah.
all the other fans that hate the Celtics are like, this is the ugliest offense because if you watch, bro, all they're doing is shooting threes.
Yep.
All they do is shoot threes. It reminds me, Cody,
mean-
of Alabama basketball and Nate Oates.
Yep.
And that shows you that like he's trying to run an NBA style offense, and that's why we have guys
it's
going to the
working.
NBA. But it's literally like the most efficient way because if threes are more than twos, you take more of those. You're bound to make. If you
more
just take
points,
a
yeah.
shit ton of threes, and if not, you're taking layups and free throws, and that's it.
Yep.
It's crazy. Basketball has changed this much because it used to be what defense, slow the game down, work it inside of your Shaqs and your Yao Mings and your Pau Gasols and whoever. Now it's like
Pass the ball around.
everybody's
if
a
you can't
shooter.
shoot, if you can't shoot, you're out.
If you can't shoot and play defense and guard the perimeter, good luck, buddy.
Yeah, you're getting cooked.
Good
You
luck.
might be cooked.
Yeah. If you're Clint Capella, you're ass.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clint. I'm tired of you, man. You got to go.
Sorry, Clint.
We need somebody that can. We need a Yucca Kongu to start. That man can at least shoot.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year,
Give me Dalton.
Dalton Connect.
I like that.
I mean, I hope it's Zach Ricochet for the Hawks, but I do think Connect could win it because the Lakers are going to need a guy to kind of step up off the bench.
Yeah, they are.
You know what? I'll go with the sleeper. Give me Reed Shepherd at the Rockets.
No, I do think that's a
Ooh.
legit pick, Reed Shepherd.
He is a pure hooper if I've ever seen one.
Yeah,
He's-
that's
he's,
nasty.
He's,
with
he's
Jabari.
Steph Curry-esque. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That'd be
I'm
Chris.
saying, dude.
MVP. Who's the MVP?
I'm going Shea.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Give me Luca.
I was about to say Luca.
Give me Luca. Give me
I would love
Luka.
to see Luca.
defense
Yeah,
player
I
of the
like
year.
Shea.
Wemby.
Defense definitely Wemby.
Wemby.
Yeah, I mean,
Wemby
Yeah.
easy.
you're literally an alien.
Sixth man of the year. Anybody? Dante DiVincenzo.
I heard Dante DiVincenzo and I heard Malik Monk.
Wow.
I could see that. Malik Monk. Give me
Loki, give me Russ.
Wait.
Russell Westbrook.
How about you know what? I'm gonna rep this the A real quick. Give me Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Ooh, I like Bogey.
Ah,
I'm gonna go
wow.
That's 6 man.
Bog.
Wow.
Unless no, it's gonna be Bogey.
He said no, it's gonna be
Wait,
I was
are the
thinking
se-
like maybe Zach Reese.
Is the season
it's
the
starting.
season
starting today.
tickets out, like the schedule, everything? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the
Obviously.
games are playing right now. I'm gonna watch the Hawks game in 4 minutes.
Yep.
So
let me
yeah.
look here. Let me look here.
Oh, talking about the Magic.
Uh-huh.
Wait.
They play the Heat
Wait.
tonight.
I just forgot about a rookie.
Who?
He's on my team, Zach Edey. He's starting.
Zach Edey.
Zach
Yes.
Edey.
The Grizzlies. Oh, Friday. We're pulling up, boys. Nets at Magic.
Wait.
Hey, don't tempt me.
I mean, the
bro.
Nets are kind of.
The
maybe we
Nets
go
are
to-
kinda ass. Pacers at Magic.
Oh, that's
$16.
different.
Wait.
That's a good option. Who's coming soon? That's kind of decent. Ooh, they go on a away streak for a minute. to
Yeah,
start
they do.
November. Pelicans.
Pelicans, you got
76.
Hornets.
76ers.
Hornets. Don't ever say the
Ooh.
Hornets.
Well, you got LaMelo
LaMelo
Brandon
and
Miller.
Brandon Miller.
and Brandon Miller. That's what I'm saying.
And Grant Williams. No, I'm just kidding. All right, well, we'll figure it out, but that's
Yep.
pretty much going to wrap up today's
Celtics at Magic. Almost on Christmas.
Oh, your
Wow.
Christmas gift right there, Cody.
Yo.
Well,
I would say Pelicans.
could be fun. We could go Friday, I guess, just to start this season out.
Hey,
We'll see. You never
could be a
know.
little fun time.
A little
All
behind
right.
them.
Well, thanks for watching or listening. If you're tuned in this week to the Most Sports Show, I'm your host Hayden Haynes. That's Seth Killen and Cody
Yes,
Hart.
Yes,
We'll be
sir.
back, and we appreciate y'all. Stay safe, and I guess roll tide, Cody.
Roll
Guys up.
Tide.
All the
Please.
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 Begging you, Bama.